Hello, welcome back to my journey of becoming a professional trumpet player. Things have gotten busier, which is usually good as a musician, so I'm appreciating that right now. I wanted to make a shorter video, focus on one aspect of trying to fix one of my biggest issues in my attacks. Trying not to crack any first notes, trying not to scoop into any first notes. One thing I was talking about earlier in another video is hearing the note before I play it. Just wanted to dive deeper into that part. I got this book, Fundamentals of Sight Singing and Ear Training. I'm pretty much only in the first chapter right now, but it's already pretty helpful, and I found some useful things reading it that have already helped me as a trumpet player. So I wanted to go over that. One of the big things is playing with the drone, right? If you wanted to play in tune, you play with the drone, but there's some other things you can do with the drone as well that help you center your pitch and avoid those cracks that I was talking about. So I'm going to be using my phone for the drone. It's going to be a little quieter. I use my tablet usually, and since I'm recording on that, I won't be able to do that. So I'll be holding it up when I'm singing, and when I'm playing, I'll be aside and I'll be a bit quieter. So I guess more of a challenge, like I'll have to play quieter in order to hear it. So one big thing is the natural tendencies on the trumpet, right? Some issues, like if you're playing in ensembles or even if you're just playing on your own, is sometimes you will be hearing a pitch in your head, and that pitch is in tune, and then you play it on the trumpet, you crack because the trumpet isn't in tune with you, right? There's one note in specific that I bet a lot of trumpet players are aware of, is the high G. High G is usually pretty sharp, and it's hard to tune because you don't have your fingers pressed down, so you can't use any of the slides. Some people like modify their trumpet with like a special trigger just to fix this note, basically. So it's pretty annoying, and it can come up sometimes where you're playing really well in tune, and then you'll hit it high G and it'll crack. And so what's one way to fix that, right? Drones. So when you're singing, you're not working against anything, you're just using your voice, right? So trying to sing it in tune has helped me play it more centered in tune. And I'm going to have a tuner on the side here so I can hold myself accountable for both singing and playing. But if I have a B flat drone, you want probably not a G drone or an F drone on B flat trumpet, but a B flat drone. So that way you can play a perfect fifth interval. So you're doing multiple things at once, right? You're trying to play that note in tune, and you're trying to play the interval in tune. So da da da. So I can sing the interval in tune just fine. That was nice, and I could hear the how the interval is supposed to sound when it's in tune. Now, that's not the same pitch as your top G. It's an octave higher, so let me try and sing it an octave higher. Da, da, da. Okay, so I have that note now. Da, with the drone again. Oh, it's not as in tune. Still working on it, but it's pretty close. And so now, if I play with the drone, I'll be thinking about the correct pitch, and it should come out centered and more in tune. So it was a little on the flat side. Also, didn't play the right note at first, so let me really think of it. Yeah, that's the idea. A lot harder with a quiet drone. But that's super helpful, right? So if any time, like another note, a bad note on a trumpet might be low A flat, right? Super flat, so yeah, that's another note you can work on with the drone. Needs some work, but it's already better in tune. The other thing, right? So, what about just any other note that you have a hard time you scoop into, or you mess up your attack like me on it? It's kind of hard to just like pick out a random drone and be like, okay, that's the note I want. That kind of defeats the purpose, right? So this is a really cool thing I learned from the book that you can try and do. It's really hard, so I'm going to try and do it right now. Pick an F. Do an octave up. Try and sing a half step down from this. That was a whole step. There we go. See, I couldn't even do it right away. It's really tricky, but it's really valuable. And a half step up. Really, really hard stuff, but you really have to concentrate on the note, and you have to center it. You have to like work against the drone in that way, and it's a lot harder to crack when you're focusing like that. So if I do that on the trumpet, octave up, came out really nice, perfectly centered. Oh. I mean, those notes are super, super good. And I was really having to focus on that, and I found that super helpful, right? Just like picking a note and going half step down or half step up. For some reason, it makes you play more centered. Well, the reason is you're having to focus on it, right? And it's a good way to remind yourself what that note is supposed to sound like, right? So, yeah, I mean, for me, I don't have perfect pitch, and so that can be hard. Like if I'm not playing for a while and I see an F on the page and I have to play the F, like cracking like that, this is a great way to fix it. So I did that intentionally the second time. That does happen all the time, right? So now I can just be like, okay, that F is a problem. I need to fix it. Let me go half step up. So that would be E flat. So no, sorry, wrong way. There you go. So gonna be incorporating this more, some like half step up and down exercises. Still working on that, but Just something really cool that I'd share, and hopefully it helps me on this journey of fixing those attacks and those uncentered notes that happen in my entrances. Yeah, that's all I got. See you next time.